Hi all, in this video let's learn about how to handle events in React.js. So apart from that, what are the difference between handling events in JavaScript and handling events in the React? So we can see that as well. So let's start. So usually what are events? So events means what all the actions you do when you interact with the application, what all the actions you do and how the JavaScript is going to respond for our events. So on change, so if you click if you click any of the button, that is an event. This is an action. You are clicking a button is an action, and for that on click is the event where you will be writing this as an event handler. The logic, whatever you want when your button was clicked, you can write inside this event. In a similar way, on change, when you change any of the input field, the field would be modified, and what you need to do when the field is modified, that logic can be written in this on change event. So these are some of the common events in the JavaScript and HTML. So let's see the difference between what is this and the React.js events. So the first thing is, so if this is a HTML and a JavaScript event, if you write a button and see how the attribute is in smaller case. But when coming to the React.js, now the attribute should be in the camel case. This should be in the camel case. That is the first difference we need to understand. Here in the HTML and JavaScript, that would be in the lower case. Here it is a camel case. And the second difference is if you observe the function, the event handler, so it was given in a string and it was provided the functional braces as well in the HTML. Whereas in the React, you will not provide that in a string because this is a JSX. This code will be as part of the JSX. So that's the reason this will not go as a part of a string. This will be in this flower braces. Okay. And also you should not provide this functional braces here. Okay. I will show you what if you provide that here, what happens. So I will explain you that as well in a while. So usually most of the beginners will do that mistake. They will even provide this one as well, and they will face few issues. I will explain you what happens if you provide that. But usually, in short, the syntax would be like this. The two changes are you need to this should be in camel case and this should be in flower basis, not a string, and you should not provide this as a functional basis. Also should not be provided. It should only give the reference of the function. Okay, these are the two differences. And coming to the third difference, so in normally in the HTML forms, if you're trying to submit any of the form, okay, if you don't want the default behavior of that HTML, for example, in a form like this, in a form element on submit, if a submit button was clicked, okay, this would be executed. But if you don't want this default functionality, so you'll be using return false. But in the React, so it will not be there. So we need to use event dot prevent default. So this should be used, not this. So this is one more difference we need to understand. So these are the couple of differences in understanding the JavaScript events and the React events. So once this is you're fine with this, so let's see the code here. So now this is a React code. So I will explain you. So once if you click this button, okay, as we know, this should be in a camel case and this should be the reference. If you click the button, this console would be executed. This is a common flow. But what happens if you give a functional braces like this at the end of this? Usually the beginners used to do this mistake. So let's go. So without giving this, let me show you once how it works. So I will go to the browser. I will explain you now. See, I will refresh it. So if I click the button, yes, the event is handled. If I click the button, the console is coming. Okay, it means whenever I click this button, this function is executing. Fine. So what happens if by mistake if you give this functional braces upfront? So let's go back here and let me refresh this once. So what happened? So before clicking the button only, this button click is coming. This console is coming. It means you have not yet clicked the button, but this function got executed. This event handler got executed. You not click the button, it was executed. So this is the first issue. And the second issue is like, if you click the button, it is not doing any action. So this is the issues we will be getting if you use this functional basis upfront. Why we get these issues? Because when you write this functional basis upfront, whenever the component is loading, the time the component is loading, this function would be called because you are asking to call this function. The time this component is loading, this function would be called. So that is the reason this button click was triggered. at the initial load only without doing anything. This button click was why we got this button click console. Why this method was triggered means initially when the component is rendered only you're calling this method. That's the reason this console got locked. Okay, once after this is locked, what this function is going to return by default, any of the function, if you're not returning anything, this function is going to return you undefined. So once this function is called, this function is going to return back you undefined. So that's the reason in this place you'll be getting undefined now. And now if you try to click this button, nothing happens because there is no event handler. You have undefined here because you call this function and this function is not returning anything because but it means by default it is going to return undefined. So here you have undefined. So you don't have any event handler here right now. So that is the reason if you click this button, you won't see anything. So now the beginners will forget and they will give the functional parameters. So we should not do that. If you do that, you will be getting these issues. Okay, fine. So now how to do the pass the parameters to this function. So let's see. If you want to pass the parameters, so this is how you're going to do. You need to use an arrow function. So inside this arrow function, let me use this as an event. I want to pass the event and I want to pass two numbers, event dot 10 comma 20. So this is how you need to pass the parameters. So I'm passing three parameters. I will hold them as a event comma a comma b. Fine. So let me just log these three. So event dot a comma b. Okay, this is how you are need to pass the events to the. This is how you need to pass the parameters to the events. Okay, if you understand one event in the React, so all the events will follow the same flow. How you're giving the parameters, how you're doing the arrow functions, and how you're giving the reference. Only if you don't want to pass the parameters, you no need to use the arrow function. You can just give the reference of that method. Fine. So now if you want to pass them, you need to give in the arrow functions like this. So let's see this. So now I have given you the reference. We are passing the parameters. So let me click this. So if you can observe, we got a synthetic base event and also 10 comma 20 two values. Okay, this is how you need to pass the arguments to the events. Okay, now what is a synthetic basic event? So this event is not a normal event. So this is a synthetic event. In React.js, we whenever you are passing any of the event, that is not an event. Under that event, React would be wrapping a synthetic event. Around that event, it would be wrapping the synthetic event. Why it is doing so? Because in different browsers, in the cross browsers, events will not work in the same way. In order to make the events compatible with all the cross browsers, React is making a wrap on top of this event, and that is known as a synthetic event. So on this topic, I have done a dedicated video related to the synthetic events. I will keep that at the end of the video. Fine. So this is how we are going to handle the events in React. And that is these are the differences. What we seen here is the differences between the JavaScript events and the React events. Hope you understand the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos.